This is Jonathan Agoff here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Eddie Hearn for the second day in a row. Eddie, didn't notice your little finger injury. Just explain us through it.
Yes, sparring Frank Smith, broke my finger, got over a couple of pins in it, very embarrassing, but let's move on.
Moving on, Ben Van Heerden got intense up there. What do you make of it?
I think it's a really good fight. I mean, Van Heerden's a huge welterweight, looks in tremendous shape. First southpaw of Conor Benn's career. You know, we've said it all before. It's a good, solid test for Conor Benn. And looking forward to see him in the ring in Manchester. You know, great for him to be boxing all over the country, headlining. No one else is doing that kind of thing, so he's a big star. And looking forward to the fight.
Van Heerden a bit lighter than you expected?
Yeah, 1.2 under. I think he was even quite surprised, to be honest, when he got on the scale. So, but ripped to shreds and will be huge in the ring tomorrow night.
Touching on the undercard, Chris Smith and Tommy McCarthy, what are you expecting from the rematch?
I'm expecting a fantastic fight. You know, last fight was one of the Fight of the Year contenders, probably the fight at Fight Camp. Big respect to both of them. I think you're going to get a great fight and a very important fight for the division.
Jordan Thompson told me yesterday he wants titles this year. What do you expect from him? He's looked pretty impressive.
I think Jordan Thompson's really, really exciting. You know, he's a fantastic puncher, very athletic. I'd like him to, you know, maybe we talk to the winner of that fight and see if the Commonwealth title can become vacant, or if one of those guys want to fight Jordan Thompson. But this is the last fight for Jordan Thompson before he moves on to titles.
Any sleepers on the card?
I think Jack Cullen against Badusi is a good fight. Like, Jack Cullen's always in good fights. Baumgardner is, you know, I think one of the biggest stars of women's boxing moving forward. Jordan Thompson. Thomas Whittaker-Hart against Ben Ryding's a good fight as well. Campbell Hatton, Cyrus Pattinson. It's a big card.
Just a few quick ones. You mentioned David Avanesyan yesterday and how, I guess, his profile's not where it needs to be in order to fight Conor Benn.
I don't care about David Avanesyan's profile. All I'm saying is David Avanesyan is good and dangerous. David Avanesyan is in the same category in terms of danger as Broner, Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. For those fights, I can pay Conor Benn twice as much money than I could pay him to fight Avanesyan. What would you do? It's not about being disrespectful. I rate Avanesyan, lovely man. But Conor Benn's last two fights have been against Chris Algieri and Chris van Heerden. Avanesyan's last two fights have been against Liam Taylor and Metz. Who's fighting the better opposition? Conor Benn. Right? So I don't even know why we're getting these back and forths. And like people go, I'm going to set the record straight. Set the record straight on this. After the Josh Kelly fight, David Avanesyan was offered a world title eliminator for a lot of money in America against Alexis Rocha. They turned that down and they fought Liam Taylor, who is a lovely man, but you know, he's not Alexis Rocha. So I think David's great. They should stop worrying about Conor Benn. It's embarrassing. Just get on with your career. He's brilliant. Go and do a job for him.
You obviously signed Chev Clark and Galal Yafai from the Olympians. Some surprise that Lauren Price and Karis Artin still didn't sign with you. Was it close?
Yeah, I mean, they got offered so much more money than we were offering, and we got asked would we pay that money, and the answer was no. You know, there are two great fighters. They come as a pair. You know, they wanted to move together wherever they went, not one with someone else. And you know, collectively, you know, we've also obviously got Sky Nicholson, who is in the same weight category as Karis Artinstall, and she's going fantastic guns as a pro. So in the end, we just said that was the best offer we're prepared to make. We weren't willing to pay the money that was paid, and I think they've made a good move, and I wish them all the best. Like, I like those girls. All these different Olympians we've had a chance to sign, and the one we chose to sign is Galal Yafai and Chev, and we'll see what happens.
Any news on Lawrence Okoli?
Looking to make a unification, maybe for the AJ card, so that's in discussion at the moment.
We saw the Fury-Whyte press conference yesterday. Dillian Whyte gave his reasons for his silence. What did you make of it?
It was strange old presser, but you know, obviously Dillian Whyte's taking care of his obligations, and wish him the best next week.
You've been vocal in backing him when few have. One person who has as well has been David Haye. John Fury said he doesn't want him on commentary. As a promoter, are you able to stop? He said to Frank, he's spoken to Frank Warren, wants him out of the commentary. Is that possible? Yeah,
probably. But I don't see why. Like, just because someone backs the other fighter, you don't want him on commentary? You need an impartial panel. So, you know, sometimes David just goes with a pick that might ruffle a few feathers, but he also knows how good Dillian Whyte is, so we'll see.
And literally the final one, obviously quite a few months in now to this Dazn partnership. What's been the main challenges from leaving Sky, and how do you feel visibility can continue to improve?
The visibility is good. I mean, it's a global platform, and you know, we look at our numbers. We're competing against some shows on Sky. We're beating BT's viewing figures as well. Avanesyan was one that we've got over 10 times the audience of Avanesyan, more 20 times the audience of Avanesyan. So I think we're in a great place. We've got the best schedule in boxing, bar none. On globally, I've got Conor Benn this weekend. Last weekend you had Golovkin, Murata, and Ryan Garcia. Then you've got Taylor Serrano, Canelo Bivol. I mean, it's fantastic. Got more work to do. We have to work harder in terms of pushing the promotion because it's not a bigger platform as Sky yet, obviously. But we also have the ability to work with other platforms to promote fights. We've seen a lot of work now with the BBC. There'll be other big announcements coming in the next couple of weeks. We need to address getting it into pubs and clubs and those kind of premises because everybody wants to see it. And I think the momentum's great.
Is it difficult without sort of the football? Whereas when you're on Sky, you can promote it through the games.
We didn't really, though. I mean, we say that, but we never really promoted, other than pay-per-views. We never really got the chance to use many other sports. You're seeing them make a much bigger effort now to cross-promote, which is great. But look, Sky's a tremendous platform. I mean, it's very easy to promote a fight when it's on Sky. And great platform, great people. We do a huge amount of business with Sky across our sports. But we needed a global partner that was going to make a much bigger financial investment in our fighters. And we're very happy where we are.
Eddie Hearn, thanks for talking to Pro Boxing Fight.